Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class crosscut figure. So we're going to do this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're then going to do some comparisons of him and some original owners of the mould that he shares. We can then do some comparisons and some display ideas with some other figures that have been released in the same toy line. Because he's based on an original G1 skids or indeed an original Diaclone mould, we can have a quick comparison with that as well. And unfortunately, the only other crosscut figure I've got is the Masterpiece version, so we can have a quick look at how he compares with that as well. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this video. So as I start to put these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And a couple of other quick things. One, I need to thank In Demand Toys in the UK, which is the online retailer in which I purchased this from. And as you can see, they got him out to me nice and quickly and safely. Now, I have actually took him out of the box already, but we are going to have a quick look at the beautiful artwork on this as well. So we've got, because he's in robot mode in the windowless box, we've got the alternate mode on the front there. I believe that this works if you want to see if you can see the QR code via that to see his tech specs. Now on the side we've got the full length picture of him and indeed the bust there at the top. As you can see, this is showing the same face sculpt or head mold as the Dire Burnout version of this one as well. It's also got the beautiful Legacy Evolution artwork on the side, and what you can do, and unfortunately I've not got another deluxe figure that does it, if you find another one that matches it, you can find the two figures at the two boxes and you can display them like that, showing the full picture of this beautiful piece of artwork. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this guy out of the packaging. And as I said, I've previously had him out already. Main reason for that is to get the transformation process video separately uploaded for you guys. Right, I've not took the weapons out though, so this is literally how he comes packaged, apart from he is tied in via some bits of string around there. So what you'd need to do is you need to carefully move the doors like this so you can bring him out without damaging him, and then we can correct them for the orientation. Now his accessories, as you can see, are sellotaped into the back there, so I'm going to cut them out neatly now. And then what we'll do, we're going to go into some first impressions. We'll have a look at him in his alternate mode, and then after that we'll come back and we'll have a look at him doing all the comparisons and some display ideas with his accessories at the same time. Right, I'm just going to move all these out of the way as well. And to be honest, I really like this. I know he's got the red wheels. I don't know what it is about this particular colour scheme. I think it just really works. To be honest, it's one of the eHobby figures that I've been after for such a long time. If people don't know who eHobby are, they basically are a Japanese company that made versions of the Diaclone figures like, as I say, this. But first impressions, as I mentioned, he's got the battle mask there rather than the normal head sculpt. So what I mean by that is, and we can see this a bit later, there is Skid's head sculpt, there is Crosscut, and then here's Dire Burnout. So you can see here that she has the battle mask the same as Crosscut. Pretty much everything else is the same though. I love, as I say, the red wheels. They go really well with the red feet. The articulation in the head is full, up, down, around to the side, etc. Same with the shoulders, all the way up, twisting around, full rotation all the way around and down like so. Twist underneath the elbow, bicep flexion. You've even got a wrist swivel as well. Full waist rotation, hips to the side, to the front, knee bend. There is a few gaps there which I know that some people won't like, and we do have an ankle tilt and indeed rock as well. So, you know, for a deluxe figure, really good. I suppose the only negative, in fact it's not a negative for me, but the only thing that I'm going to point out, because I know people don't like it, is in fact them gaps which I just showed you. From the back it's not too bad at all. Love this translucent blue plastic, which is going to become more apparent in the alternate mode. But yeah, there's just a couple of gaps in the side. With regards to accessories that come with him, we've got like a translucent blue energon axe, and we've got these other two accessories as well. I'll get their proper names in a second, but these are fun and these can be combined as well. We've also got lovely detail there on the grille, the headlights, etc. I love the fact that we've got a couple of different types of silver and good metal grey and all that sort of thing. You can see that these are a bit more silver shiny, a bit darker there, and it just really works. And sometimes if you catch it in the light, you can see it really does have, I suppose, a metallic paint sort of look to it. But as I say, as far as first impressions go, I'm happy with it. Again, I think this use of colour scheme on here just really works on this mould. Let's have a quick look at him then in his alternate mode. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, he's already in his alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. Couple of reasons. One is to keep the main length of the video down, and the second is because that will be separately uploaded. So for people who don't want the transformation process spoilt for themselves, they haven't got to watch it. Whereas if you do want to watch it, the tutorial video is uploaded already. And the best thing about this is, up until recently, skids in general, and indeed this, well, not just particularly this mould, but skids the character and all of the other ones around that, they never used to get much love at all. I mean, if you think about how many, I suppose, reissues down the generations toy lines we've got, skids didn't have anything apart from the Thrilling 30 version, whereas, you know, Sunstreakers, everybody else had multiple versions. And this is just, again, I suppose exactly that. Look, this is the original version. It's a Honda City Turbo, and again, it's just great to get use of this mold and these characters, because all of a sudden we've got all of these and the ones that have been released in the main toy line, and indeed we've got, of course, the masterpiece versions of them all as well. So in the normal toy line, the only ones we haven't got is Reboost yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Reboost in the future as well. So yeah, this is what it's based upon. You can see it's a much better updated version, and of course it's a different color, but you can still tell that it is, of course, a Honda City Turbo. I'm just going to move that out of the way very quickly. Now, as I mentioned in the first part, I know that most people don't like the red wheels. I think they just work, especially with this colour scheme. It matches the red stripe, it obviously matches the Autobot logo, and for me, again, it just really works. You have got visible head syndrome underneath, but that you really got to obviously turn it all the way upside down to notice that. The best thing about this, again, is all these 5mm points on the side, on the roof. You can put all the weapons on. So we've got the twin laser blaster, and the liquid nitrogen one, I think it's called, to be honest. We could put one on each side if we wanted, and then we could even put this. Will it fit on the roof now with 80? Yes, it will. I think for me, every time I see that, it looks like he's got a mohawk. But of course, with these, with the Evo Fusion, which you can see there on the box, which is the gimmick which they're calling it now, it is just basically combining up all of your weapons. So you can join these together. You can pop this. Where's this going to go? There it is. That's going to go underneath, and then indeed that's going to go there. And as you can, especially with it all being red, it definitely looks like an angry mohawk. Now it just works though, and again, you can of course grab all of the other weapons from all of the other figures if you wanted to. You can also grab weapons from other figures. I've, funnily enough, for some reason got a G1 Devastator gun here, but because it's 5mm, it will fit. And I've got a Generations Red Alert exhaust twin blaster as well, just randomly at the side, but you can see you can attach all of these as well as fossilizers and weaponizers and everything else. So this is what I like these figures about. The playability is exactly that. It's huge. I've also found this. There you go. Wow, that'd be like a Hulk Hogan mobile if I put one on the other side. But it works and it looks okay. I'm going to take these out now because, to be honest, there's not much more to say about the alternate mode. So we're going to come right back. We're going to have a look at him in his robot mode and do some more comparisons. Okay then, back to the final time in the robot mode, and let's see how we can look and display him with his accessories. I've kept this all built up how it was earlier. Now you can pop this either direct in his hand or indeed in the pole in his forearm if you wanted to, so you could still attach something underneath, which again, I've randomly got this here, so I could pop that. It's just a bit loose, but you could pop a normal 5mm pegged gun underneath. There's loads of things that you can do with this. As he says, it keeps, as it falls out every time I try to push it in. There you go. They will hold in. That's, again, that's the same as in the other mode. I like the fact that you can do this. I like the fact that you can just start to add loads and loads of things to it. Will this go in, or is that too big? Let's have a quick look. Randomly found some Seacon weapons as well. So These, no, they're bigger than 5mm, so that will not work, unfortunately. But that's the combined mode. You can, of course, give him an axe in one hand. You can take one of the blasters off, like so. And again, you can see you've got the holes on the forearms. You've got the actual, of course, fists, so you can pop them in like so, or exactly like I was trying to do. You can attach them to the legs. You can do so many different things. Now, I'm not too sure how I'm going to choose to display this one, in honesty, because with all the rest of them, that looks all right, actually. Same color scheme as well. I try to keep different things. So what I'm going to do first and foremost for the first comparison again is bring in the original skids mold. And as I say, the main reason for that is I don't have the original eHobby silver. But again, there's no real difference. The only difference is the color, and it's pretty much exactly what I'm about to show you now. So this was the original G1. They did have a silver eHobby. Then we had, in fact, before we go there, let's have a quick look. Even though this is a totally different toy line, this is the only other version of Crosscut that has been released, I suppose. Yeah, mainstream, shall we say. This is the Thrilling 30 version of him, but this is the IDW take on him, so it looks completely different to what the original toy did. And exactly that, the same sort of color scheme, but obviously different vehicle, different alternate mode. Same face, actually, very similar face by the looks of that. But yeah, totally sort of different, exactly that design. IDW design, classic design. Let's move him back out of the way. And let's bring in some of the uses of the mold then. So first use of the mold, skids in Legacy. Then we had Dire Burnout. She came in Velocitron, like so. See what I mean? I've got them all three together in that hand. I've got two and that one there. Then we had, it's not a direct copy, but it's definitely a use of the molds. Just again, tweaked. We had Crankcase in, yeah, Legacy as well, but wave 3, so looking slightly different. And again, you can tell sort of similar weapons. These aren't all going to fit on screen, but I suppose there you go for now until we get Reboost in this toy line, or Medics. Pretty much Medics is on the cards, which is another use of this mold. That gives you an idea of how they look, and I think how well they look together, to be honest. I'm going to just do one more comparison, and I'm being totally honest with you, it's not fair at all, but it's just because it's the only other version of Crosscut I've got, and that is, of course, the Masterpiece version. Now, when I say it's not fair, that's because obviously this is a Masterpiece. The clue's in the title, Masterpiece, so this is a much more expensive version of this figure with more articulation, and exactly that, it's one of them, you know, you get what you pay for sort of times, which you can see. But there you go. In fact, let's bring all the crosscuts in quickly that I've got just for a little group shot, and there we go. I'm just going to pretty much finish this up by bringing in some other figures from the same toy line, because although this is a mold that we've now seen used loads of times, I've still managed to talk quite a bit about it. So here's Metal Hawk, who's of course a Voyager class figure, which, as you would expect, is much bigger, especially as this is one of the smaller deluxe figures as well, to be honest. And then we've got core class figures that, again, as they should be, are much smaller. And indeed, at the moment, one of the, for me, standout figures of this new toy line is Shrapnel, and I love the fact he got his name back, but that's a different story. Anyway, there you go. There's not much more to say about this figure. I know it's a repaint, but I really like it, and in honesty, as I've already said a couple of times, I think this colour scheme really works. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care. Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Crosscut figure.